A lobbyist who works at the state capitol is now charged with felony threats of violence after allegedly sending text messages that referenced bringing his gun to the Capitol and shooting people in the face. But Jonathan Bone's attorney says police and prosecutors are taking those messages out of context. We do have team coverage tonight, beginning with Lou Raguse, who was in the courtroom this morning as Bone made his first appearance. Lou?
Rena, all sides seem to agree the text messages were prompted when the recipient, a supporter of President Trump, posted a photo on Facebook on Saturday that Jonathan Bone found insensitive. Bone's reaction has resulted in criminal charges.
A flurry of text messages sent by Capitol lobbyist Jonathan Bone has resulted in a charge of felony threats of violence. According to court papers, he sent an acquaintance several texts, including, "Today I bought 500 bullets. I can't wait to shoot one of you expletives in the face. Excited to have my gun at the Capitol and blow someone's expletive face off." What prompted it? The recipient told police he believes Bone was angry. He changed his Facebook profile picture to an image of President Trump dressed as a king. On the same day, no Kings protests were planned, which is the same day Representative Melissa Hortman and her husband were murdered.
Is this somebody who intended to bring a gun to the Capitol and shoot someone?
Never. Jonathan Bone would never do that. Anyone who knows him knows that he would never do that. Is incapable of it.
Bone's attorney John Lesch, a former lawmaker himself, acknowledges the timing of the texts especially alarmed people.
This week in particular, it's taken very, very seriously.
But Lesch and Bone claim the messages are out of context. In a written statement, Bone says in part, "In the midst of this immense grief, I sent a series of heated and emotional texts to a friend of nearly 13 years, someone with whom I've shared countless candid and passionate political conversations. The words were spoken from pain, not from intent. I am a hurting person, not a violent one." When police searched Bone's Woodbury home, they say they found a gun, but no ammo.
Now, in his statement, which we're posting in full at KARE11.com, Bone expresses regret for his language, says he's sorry for creating a distraction during this time of collective mourning, but he does not apologize to the recipient of his text. The judge set a very high bail, $1 million bond or $100,000 cash. And I did reach out to that recipient today several times. I have not heard back from him.
Now, Lou, it was Representative Jim Nash that actually turned in the text messages, but he is not the recipient?
That's right. The recipient is a constituent of Nash. He's not involved at the Capitol in any way that I can find. He just is an acquaintance of Jonathan Bone.
All right. Thanks, Lou.
So who is Jonathan Bone? Danny Spiewak has been digging into his background today and continues our team coverage live from the Capitol. Danny, what'd you learn?
Well, you know, as many know out there, when the legislature is in session, there are dozens of lobbyists here at the Capitol every day. And in talking to lawmakers at the Capitol, others who are connected to this place, they say that Bone isn't necessarily a well-known lobbyist, but it should be noted that he testified here at the state Capitol as recently as March. That was on March 25th when he testified before the House and Senate Higher Education Committees on the same day. He was talking about a bill that would provide more health benefits to Minnesota State adjunct faculty. State campaign finance records show that Bone has been a registered lobbyist since 2015 for the Interfaculty Organization. That is basically a union that represents thousands of faculty members in the Minnesota State system. Listen to this clip of him talking on March 25th in front of the legislature.
My name is Jonathan Bone. I represent the Interfaculty Organization. We have approximately 4,000 members around the state at all the 7 state universities within Min State. We also have 1,800 approximately adjunct and community faculty.
So the union that he works for, the Interfaculty Organization, released a statement today saying they take this very seriously. They're waiting for due process to play out, but that Bone is on administrative leave from their organization right now. Should also be noted that according to campaign finance records, Bone did donate to some DFL candidates and organizations over the years. The Minnesota DFL party telling us in a statement that violent threats have no place in politics and they condemn anything like this. Back to you.
Yeah, I know he was worried about his reputation and what this charge could do to it. Do you know of any potential ramifications down the road if he is convicted?
You know, I don't know the answer to that question. You do have to officially register as a lobbyist if you're working at the Capitol and working with lawmakers. I don't know what the process would be to revoke that type of registration, but certainly it'll be a conversation moving forward.
Yeah, Danny Spiewak, live at the Capitol. Thank you.